Hello and welcome back to Daily Dose of English, the podcast where you learn real, useful English step by step. I'm Jessica, and I'm so happy you're here with me today. Before we start, if you're new here, welcome to our community. And if you've been listening for a while, thank you for coming back. Don't forget to like this episode, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who's learning English. It really helps us grow, and it helps more people learn English together. All right, let's get started. Today we're going to talk about something very important, something that affects all of us every single day. We're going to talk about money. Yes, money. Some people love talking about it. Some people feel nervous or worried about it. But no matter how you feel, money is a big part of life. We use it to buy food, pay rent, travel, and enjoy our hobbies. So today, I will teach you simple English words about money, and I will give you practical tips on how to save money and how to budget. That means how to make a plan for your money so you can feel more in control. Don't worry. I will speak slowly. I will use simple words, and we will practice together. This episode is perfect for beginners and intermediate learners. So relax, get comfortable, and let's learn about money in English. Let's start with a very common phrase, spending money. What does it mean? When you spend money, you use your money to buy something. You give money and you get something in return. Maybe it's food, maybe it's a bus ticket, maybe it's a new shirt. That's spending money. Here's a sentence. I spend money on coffee every morning. This means I buy coffee every morning. Now you repeat. Another example. She spends too much money on clothes. This means she buys a lot of clothes, maybe more than she needs. Now you repeat. One more. We spent $50 at the supermarket today. This means we paid $50 for food and other items. Now you repeat. So remember, spending money means using your money to buy things. It's something we all do every day. Now the question is, how do we spend our money wisely? How do we make sure we don't spend too much? That's what we're going to learn today. Now let's talk about something very important, the difference between needs and wants. This is one of the most important lessons when learning about money. If you understand this, you will already be smarter with your money. So, what is a need? A need is something you must have to live. You cannot survive without it. For example, food is a need. You need food to stay alive. Water is a need. A home is a need. You need a safe place to sleep. Clothes are a need. You need clothes to stay warm and protected. These are needs. You cannot live without them. Now, what is a want? A want is something you would like to have, but you don't need it to survive. It's extra. It's nice to have, but not necessary. For example, a new video game is a want. You can live without it. An expensive jacket is a want. You already have a jacket. You don't need another one. Going to the cinema every week is a want. It's fun, but it's not necessary. Here's a sentence. I need food, but I want chocolate. This means food is necessary, but chocolate is just something I enjoy. Now you repeat. Another example. He needs a winter coat, but he wants a designer coat. This means he needs something warm, but he wants the expensive one. Now you repeat. Understanding the difference between needs and wants is the first step to managing your money. When you know what you really need, you can spend less on wants. You can save more. You can feel more in control. So, think about your own life. What are your needs? Food, water, a home, basic clothes. What are your wants? Maybe a new phone, eating at restaurants, buying lots of coffee. When you understand the difference, you can make better choices. Now let's talk about budgeting. What is a budget? A budget is a plan for your money. It's a simple way to see how much money you have and how much money you spend. When you have a budget, you can control your money. You can see where your money goes. You can decide where to spend and where to save. Think of a budget like this. You have money coming in. This is called income. Maybe you have a job and you get a salary every month. That's your income. That's money in. Then you have money going out. This is called expenses. Expenses are all the things you spend money on. Rent, food, transport, phone bill, coffee, clothes. These are expenses. That's money out. A budget helps you see both. How much comes in? How much goes out? When you know this, you can make a plan. You can say, okay, I have this much money. I need to spend this much on rent and food. I can save this much. I can spend a little on fun things. Here's a sentence. I made a budget for this month. This means I planned how to use my money this month. Now you repeat. Another example. She follows her budget every week. This means she sticks to her plan and doesn't spend more than she planned. Now you repeat. One more. My budget helps me save money. This means having a plan helps me keep money instead of spending it all. Now you repeat. So, how do you make a budget? It's very simple. You don't need an app or a computer. You can use a notebook. Draw two columns. On the left, write money in. On the right, write money out. Then, write your income on the left. How much do you earn? Write your expenses on the right. How much do you spend on rent, on food, on transport, on coffee? When you write everything down, you will see clearly. You will see if you spend more than you earn. You will see where you can cut back. You will see where you can save. The important thing is to track everything, even small things, even a bottle of water, even a chocolate bar. Small amounts add up. When you track everything, you will be surprised. You will see how much money you spend on little things. Now let's talk about saving money. Saving money means keeping money instead of spending it. You put money aside for the future, maybe for something you want to buy later, maybe for an emergency, maybe just to feel safe. Many people think saving money is hard. They think they need to earn a lot of money to save, but that's not true. You can save money even if you don't earn a lot. The secret is to make small changes. Small changes every day can lead to big savings over time. Here are some simple ways to save money. Let's go through them one by one. First, make coffee at home. Many people buy coffee every day, maybe at a cafe or a coffee shop. One coffee might cost $3 or $4. That doesn't sound like much, but if you buy coffee every day, 5 days a week, that's $15 or $20 a week. That's $60 or $80 a month. That's a lot of money. Instead, make coffee at home. It's much cheaper. You can buy a bag of coffee and make many cups at home. You will save a lot of money, and you can still enjoy your coffee. Here's a sentence. I stopped buying coffee and now I save $50 a month. This means I make coffee at home and keep that money instead. Now you repeat. Second, cook at home. Eating at restaurants or buying takeaway food is expensive. One meal at a restaurant might cost $10 or $15, but cooking at home is much cheaper. You can buy ingredients and make several meals for the same price. Also, when you cook at home, you can cook extra. Make a big pot of soup or pasta. Eat some for dinner and take the rest for lunch the next day. This way, you save money and you save time. Here's a sentence. I cook at home and bring lunch to work every day. This means I prepare my own food and don't buy lunch. Now you repeat. Third, use a shopping list. When you go to the supermarket, always make a list before you go. Write down what you need. Then, when you're in the shop, only buy what's on your list. Don't buy things you don't need. Don't buy things just because they look nice or because they're on sale. When you use a shopping list, you avoid impulse buying. Impulse buying means buying something suddenly without thinking. It's when you see something and you think, oh, that looks good, I'll buy it. But then you get home and you realize you didn't need it. A shopping list helps you stay focused. It helps you save money. Here's a sentence. I always use a shopping list to avoid buying things I don't need. This means I plan before I shop and I stick to my plan. Now you repeat. These are small changes, but they make a big difference. If you make coffee at home, cook at home, and use a shopping list, you can save hundreds of dollars every year. That's a lot of money, and it's easy to do. Now, let's talk about saving goals. A saving goal is something you want to save money for. It's a reason to save. When you have a goal, saving becomes easier. You have something to work towards. You have a reason to say no to small wants. For example, maybe you want to go on a vacation, maybe you want to visit another city or another country. That's a saving goal. You can say, I want to save $500 for a trip. Now, every time you think about buying something you don't need, you can ask yourself, do I want this or do I want my trip? This helps you make better choices. Another example, maybe you want to buy a new phone. A new phone might cost $300 or $400. That's a lot of money. But if you save a little every month, you can buy it without stress. You can say, I will save $50 every month. In 6 months, I will have enough. This is a clear goal. It's realistic. It's achievable. Here's a sentence. My saving goal is to buy a new bicycle. This means I'm saving money to buy a bicycle. Now you repeat. Another example. She's saving money for a vacation in Italy. This means she's putting money aside to travel. Now you repeat. One more. He set a goal to save $1,000 this year. This means he has a target amount to save. Now you repeat. Having a goal gives you motivation. Motivation means the reason to keep going. When you have a goal, you feel excited. You feel proud every time you save money. You can see your progress. You can say, I saved $100 already. Only 400 more to go. A helpful tip is to keep a picture of your goal. If you're saving for a vacation, find a picture of the place you want to visit. Put it on your wall or on your phone. Look at it every day. This will remind you why you're saving. This will help you stay strong when you want to spend money on something small. Now let's talk about some practical tools that can help you save money. These are simple things you can use to make saving easier. First, open a savings account. A savings account is a bank account just for your savings. It's separate from your main account. When you have a savings account, you can put money there and not touch it. You don't use it for daily spending. You only use it for your savings. Many people keep all their money in one account, but then it's easy to spend. When you see money in your account, you think, I have money, I can buy this. But when you have a separate savings account, you can say, that money is for my goal. I won't touch it. Here's a sentence. I opened a savings account to keep my money safe. This means I created a separate place for my savings. Now you repeat. Second, use a piggy bank or a jar. This is an old-fashioned method, but it works very well. Find a jar, a box, or a piggy bank. Every day, put your coins in it. Maybe you have some change in your pocket after shopping. Put it in the jar. Maybe you have $1 or $2. Put it in the jar. At the end of the week, you'll be surprised. You'll have $5 or $10. At the end of the month, you might have $30 or $40. At the end of the year, you might have $300 or $400, all from small amounts. Here's the sentence. I put all my coins in a jar every day. This means I collect my small change. Now you repeat. Another example. My piggy bank is almost full. This means I've saved a lot of small amounts. Now you repeat. The surprise effect is fun. You don't count the money until the jar is full. Then you open it and count. It feels like finding treasure. And it's your treasure. You saved it. These tools are simple, but they help you build the habit of saving. Saving is a habit. It's something you do again and again. When you practice it every day, it becomes easy. It becomes natural. All right, let's take a moment to review everything we've learned today. Let's go step by step. Step 1, needs versus wants. Remember, needs are things you must have. Food, water, a home. Wants are things you would like, but don't need. Video games, expensive clothes, eating out. Understanding this difference helps you make better choices. Step 2, make a simple budget. A budget is a plan for your money. Write down your income, your money in. Write down your expenses, your money out. Track everything. This helps you see where your money goes. Step 3, save money with small changes. Make coffee at home. Cook at home. Use a shopping list. These small habits save a lot of money over time. Step 4, set a saving goal. Have a reason to save. Maybe a vacation, a new phone, a bicycle. A goal gives you motivation. It helps you say no to small wants. Step 5, use practical tools. Open a savings account. Use a piggy bank or jar for coins. These tools make saving easier and more fun. These 5 steps are simple, they're easy to follow, and they work. If you do these things, you will have more control over your money. You will save more. You will feel less stressed. You will feel more confident. Now, let's practice some key vocabulary about money. I will say each word, explain it, give an example, and then you repeat. Are you ready? Let's go. Money. Money is what we use to buy things. Coins and notes. Money. Now you repeat. Spend. To spend means to use money to buy something. I spend money on food. Now you repeat. Save to save means to keep money instead of spending it. I save money for emergencies. Now you repeat. Budget. A budget is a plan for your money. I made a budget for this month. Now you repeat. Cost. Cost means the price of something, how much you pay. The jacket cost $50. Now you repeat. Price. Price is the amount of money something costs. The price of this book is $15. Now you repeat. Need. A need is something you must have. Food is a need. Now you repeat. Wanna want is something you would like but don't need. A new video game is a want. Now you repeat. Goal. A goal is something you want to achieve. My goal is to save $500. Now you repeat. Coins. Coins are small pieces of metal money. I put my coins in a jar. Now you repeat. Great job! You've just practiced 10 important words about money. These words will help you talk about money in English. They will help you understand conversations about money, and they will help you think about money in English. All right, we've reached the end of today's episode. We've talked about a lot today. We've learned about spending money, needs versus wants, budgeting, saving with small changes, setting goals, and using practical tools. I hope you found this episode useful. I hope you learned some new English words. And I hope you learned some practical tips that you can use in your own life. Here's my challenge for you. Choose one tip from today and try it this week. Maybe make coffee at home. Maybe start a piggy bank. Maybe write a simple budget. Just one small step. One small step is enough. And remember, small changes lead to big results. Now, I would love to hear from you. Do you have any money-saving tips? What are you saving for? What is your goal? Leave a comment below and tell me. Practice your English by writing. And if you have questions about money or English, ask me. I read all the comments. Also, if you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like. It helps other people find this podcast. Subscribe to Daily Dose of English so you don't miss the next episode, and share this episode with a friend who's learning English or who wants to learn about saving money. Thank you so much for listening today. Thank you for learning with me. I'm Tom, and this is Daily Dose of English. Remember, learning English is a journey. Every day you practice, you get better. Every day you learn something new, you grow stronger. Keep going, keep listening, keep believing in yourself. I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, take care, stay positive, and keep learning. Bye for now.